Hey, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, whichever may be the case for you. My name is Matt. I am clearly an old man, as you can now see on the screen, and I do enjoy ranking K-pop discographies. Today, being that it's a Saturday, we're ranking 4 different discographies, all in the same video, but not on the same lists. We're ranking IVE, ITZY, BLACKPINK, and aespa, and we're going to start off with IVE actually this time because this is the only one that has an MV. So let's take a look at our IVE rankings right now as they stand. I'll just scroll through the list slowly. You might notice there are some tunes here that you won't find on YouTube. You have to go to my Patreon to see those rankings. And any ranking post that we do is free. This time around, we're doing Off the Record by IVE. Again, it's an MV, so let's check it out. I will once again remind you that I do sometimes pause videos. I definitely talk over the tops of them, and sometimes I even play into this thing in order to figure out what the chords are. That's part of what helps my own personal ranking system. If that's not for you, totally understand. But thanks for checking out the video up to this point, even if you're going to leave. Let's get into this. Off the Record by IVE. Ooh. A minor, right? Sorry, no, C minor. My pitch was off a little bit. It's a C minor 7 to an F7, probably to a B flat to a G, but let's find out for sure. A C minor, F. Yeah. Oh wow, shot that apple well. Oh, Liz, sounds so good. Alright, Carl. Alright, Wangyoung. Alright, Ray. Yeah, so the chords haven't really changed, but I'll go ahead and go over them right now. A C minor to F7, to B flat major 7, to G minor 7. Or if you just want to think of it like this, just G minor. Triadic chords are kind of boring to me, so I always add 7s to them whether they're there or not. But it's a lovely, you know, the 2-5, 1-6 progression is very common progression in all kinds of music. So it's not atypical to have that. All of the singing performances have been fabulous. This video is very engaging as well. Even though I'm not kind of a visual kind of person. Typically, even when I'm looking at a video, if I hear chords, I'm seeing the colors of those chords as opposed to actually what's in front of me, which is kind of weird, I know. But those are your chords so far. C, F, B flat, G. Almost kind of like a G7 in there, just a little bit, as opposed to the G minor. I like Liz with the cowboy hat. That's fun. Hi, Iso. Very pretty. And Yujin, bring it home. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Conversation, late night conversation. I really like the sound design, the way that all of the stuff in the background has slowly over the course of the whole track gotten bigger, and they've actually added reverb to it too to make it feel more like it's got more of a sense of space, but also just like you're in a bigger room. And just so you can take it all away. Ooh, I like that run. Oh no, sprinklers. I love that little extra counter line. I guess you would call it an ad-lib. I think it probably was composed and to be part of the song always. Because I tended to want to call ad-libs things that are improvised, and you rarely actually find improvised lines in K-pop. They're usually all planned out. They're given to the artist to do on top of whatever's going on. But even the industry calls them ad-libs, so that's what we'll call them, I guess. But that line that was going against the main melody was so pretty. That was so cool. Oh, that's definitely a G7. And that was a G7 in that last chord too. That they. The difference would be between the G minor and this. And not only does making the G7 instead of the G minor add a little bit of a lift, it also kind of pulls it out of the key and starts to move you towards the 2 chord, towards the C. It feels more inevitable that you're going to go to the C, even though they never get there with this, which means they're leaving you hanging. So is the story really over? Yeah, no other chords. Darn it. And they're just going to give us a title card at the end. Okay. I really like that song. It doesn't have a whole lot to offer harmonically. Just the only real variation is whether... and I also like the fact that doing the 6 as a major or as a dominant 7 adds a chance for the bass to add some chromaticism. Because rather than if they're locked into the G minor, then they pretty much have to go down to the G. But you heard in this song a couple of times the bass player got to go to the B natural instead of the G, which offers some chromaticism. So that they can get to here. And I love bass lines that don't jump around all over the place, but move in smooth steps. And that allows that to happen. So that works for it too. But let's rank it. Okay. I know for a fact that I like Bang Bang better. So we'll just start there and work our way down. I like Ascendio better. I like Shine With Me better. I like Cherish better. I like I Am better. I like Next Page better. I like Blue Blood better. Kind of getting into the range here. I think I'm going to say I like Heroin better. Actually, I'm going to say I like Hypnosis better. This is where we're at. We're somewhere in this range. It's either going to be the new number 16, the new number 17. I like it better than Strawberry Moon, so this is where I'm at. Do I like it better than Hypnosis? I think I like Hypnosis better. So I'm going to put it right under Hypnosis at number 17. That's where Off the Record is going for me. The nice little lift to the G7 chord does help. And the melodies are beautiful, and the singing is beautiful, and these are all great songs. So just because it's ranked number 17 on my list doesn't mean that it wouldn't beat hundreds of K-pop songs otherwise. I still think that most of the songs in this discography that I've ranked so far are better than most other discography songs. But that's where it ranks against the songs that I already have ranked. And next time, we will do Holy Moly. Off the same, I guess it's the Off the Record mini? Is that what it's called? I will find that out better for you next time. All right, so with that, we're now going to go to BLACKPINK rankings. We need to scroll to the top of my list here and let you see what those rankings currently are. Go is still my number 1. I got a lot of trouble for reviewing that video. But the truth of the matter is that the song is what's the banger about it. And this time around, we're going to do Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And yes, I do understand that You Never Know is actually a song that came before Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. I wrote them down wrong in my discography list. Is basically what happened. And I've been plugging Yeah, Yeah, Yeah for a bit. So we're going to do that one this time. And You Never Know next time. But let's get to BLACKPINK's Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. As always, I will have a link for this lyric video as well as for the audio that BLACKPINK supplies on their YouTube channel. So be sure to give everybody their proper love and friendliness. And I've never heard this song, so I have no idea what it's going to be. Let's find out. E. The C sharp minor. Oh. I love waiting until that time to add the chords. Rosie. Beautifully sung. I love that harmony underneath. Oh, to the A minor there. Now we're just in the A. To C sharp minor. To an F sharp minor. Nice. To A. To a C. That's a really nice alternate kind of chord progression. Not the kind of thing that you normally hear. You can very well associate that melody with a 1-6-2-5 kind of thing, just like IVE did. But they took time to do different things. And I love the way that the chords didn't come in until she got to the 4 chord in the middle of that. And Rose just sung that like an 80s pop star. And I absolutely adore her for it, because that was my time as a teenager and the kind of music that I was loving. And the whole sound of this is kind of reminding me of my 80s teenage years, and I adore it. A to C, and it never really resolves to the B, which is great. That's Lisa? Wow. I love that lower harmony in these. Right on, Jenny. I've been putting the chords over my head, by the way. I love this. It just sounds so 80s. I love the sound of the synth. Alright, Jisoo, you get the bridge, huh? That's an E and an F sharp and an A minor, or an A. Now C sharp minor to B, E over B to A minor. Wow, pretty. I want to go back and hear that again. Sorry, I was talking over the top of it. I want to catch the lyrics this time. Understood. Right, Rose. Oh, Rose. Yeah. They did a little change up of the rhythm at the end. Instead of just doing the straight eighths, they're adding a little anticipation hit, which is cool. I love that. That's great. C sharp minor, A or B down to the. I love that hitting that E chord over G. That chord right before it goes back to the A. And then to the C sharp minor. To the B. And then to the A. It's like delaying the hit of that second A is what really makes that hook catchy. The fact that you've got that E over the G sharp changes the context of everything, and I love that. Oh, let's let it fade out. B, that chord instead of the A. I love a good fade out, guys. I really like this song. I really like it. It's just so nostalgic, and it's got me a little emotional. So let's rank it. Okay, so I know I didn't talk a lot about the chords or anything. I was putting them over my head. They're pretty simple, but they're more complex than the Off the Record album, and they take a whole different approach to supporting the melody, which I really, really liked. And just the sound design, those synth sounds. Man, I used to play with synths like that back when I was in high school and everything. I didn't really know how to play all that well. I mean, I've taken lessons and all that stuff, but I didn't know how to play that kind of stuff. And that's the kind of music, especially in the early 80s, that I just really glammed onto. Synthwave, I guess, is what they call it now. I don't know what they called it then. Back then, it was just the stuff that was on the radio. And I love the fade out, too. Beautiful. The way Rose sang that whole first verse was just, that had me in it from the beginning. So, needless to say, I'm starting at the top and I'm working my way down. Go, Stay, Pink Venom, I All Like Better, Shut Down, I Like Better, Hope Not, I Like Better, Don't Know What to Do, I Like Better, Lovesick Girls, I Know I Like Better, How You Like That, I Like Better. I'm going above Pretty Savage. Yeah, it's in my top 10. Actually, when I first pulled the list up, I thought it was going to go higher. But then I got to looking at how many amazing songs. And there's even songs down here like Boombaya. Like, I've got 2 asterisks by it because it's way too low. And I realize that. And Whistle is way too low. So at some point, I will be doing a re-ranking of these songs. And I will probably adjust those at bare minimum. But there's a lot of stuff down here. How many songs we got now? 34. And next time, we're going to do You Never Know, which is the one that I just kind of skipped over and realized. But that's what we'll do next time. So with that, we're going to move on to the ITZY rankings. And I got to scroll all the way up to the top again. Imaginary Friend is still number one, has been for a while since the 4-group ranking that we originally did for these 4 groups. And we're going to do ID this time around. We've got 25 songs in. Okay, let's do ID. Link for the lyric video in the description. Yada yada. Let's get going. Oh! Yeah, E. I love that big horn sound at the beginning. There's a little chromatic line that's going from the E down to the D sharp to the D. But actually we're in E minor, okay. C, B to E. So I love it. You could technically classify all of this stuff in the verse as E minor or E7, one of the two. But I loved all the subtle little things that were going on because the bass was moving around. And then you would almost get implied a G chord and an A chord in some of it, which was really cool. And then this is pretty much C to B to E. C, D, E. Is this a pre-chorus? Oh, I love the way the synth's getting longer as it keeps building. A minor, C. Oh, that's great. So E minor to G to A minor to C. And the first time they went down to B, but the second time they went up to D, which is great. Nice little variations. Keeps things interesting for a crabby old keyboard player. All right, I love the vocals on this one too. Oh, I like that too. Oh, a halftime feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Back into E minor. I love that bass line. That almost implies a quick C to B and then a quick G to A, which is really cool. Or you can just think of it all as E minor. Here's the pre-chorus again. Right on, Cheereve. Leah did it real good earlier too. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, Leah, right on. Oh, bridge. A minor to D7. Gosh, what? To E minor. And then they went to E7 to get you back to the A minor again. A lot of times you can make a minor chord into a dominant 7th chord if you're leading back to wherever it's tonicizing. I know, that's a lot of gibberish to most of you, but it makes sense to me. A minor, D7, E minor, and now E7, because the E7 is the 5 of A. Oh, I love the backing line there. That must have been Leah before. Sounded like the same voice. Man, this is a pretty good ITZY song. The only thing it was missing is I could have used a really good extended Ryujin rap. That would have made it the perfect ITZY song. But otherwise, it's got lots of cool little things in it. And I put the chords over my head, so hopefully if you were trying to keep track at home, my lack of talking about it didn't hurt you too much. Although I did try to talk about certain things. That bridge is really nice too. Let's rank it. Okay, as I was scrolling up, I realized I don't like this one as much as Not Shy or even Cheshire. So let's start there and work our way down. Nobody Like You, I like better. Louder, I like better. It's Summer, I like better. Cherry, I like better. Tunnel Vision, I like better. Dala Dala, I like better. Cake, I like better. Cake. Wannabe, I like better. The Pocket Locket live performance with Yuna, Karina, and Suliun. That's something that I ranked on Patreon exclusively. You'll have to check it there. It will be a free post. I like this one better than that. That's what I've come to it goes under Wannabe, but it goes above Pocket Locket and Sneakers and Boys Like You and Icy and You Make Me. Maybe I should put some asterisks by Icy, actually. I'm thinking about it. No, I'm going to hold off on the asterisks for Icy. All right. So we've got one group left to rank, and that is aespa. And I will blow this up so that you can see the aespa rankings fairly clearly. Drama has been the #1 here for a long time, ever since I first watched it in a four girl group ranking series. And you can see a lot of extras here too. Again, extra posts of ranking are always free when they're on my Patreon, so you do not have to be a paid member to join. This time around we're doing ICU. Okay, so that's like I'm in a hospital, or it's like I'm calling you out, right? But neither can be a very good thing, right? We'll find out, I guess. Here we go. Okay. Everybody looks gorgeous. These are all my, well, practically granddaughters, some of them. They're so young, but nonetheless. Oh, I'm proud of all of them. Let's go. Oh. We're in E, okay. E. Okay, let's stop there. I love this. So beautiful. That guitar is amazing in this. I don't know if that's a B or if that's a G sharp minor over D sharp, to be perfectly honest. It could be either. and then to the A, and then to a C sharp, and it to the B, to the A. So the B and the A happen both times, but the first time it's an E chord, and the second time it's a C sharp minor chord. And then it sounded like we were about to go to F sharp minor with the next part, the pre-chorus. Ooh, there's a little trick in there. The C sharp minor, there it is, to the B, but then there's a real quick G sharp minor in there before it goes back up to the A. Really pretty. Actually, it might be even an E over a G sharp, but hard to tell. I'll call it a G sharp minor. F sharp minor, E to B. Okay. Oh, I love that harmony. It's got that feeling of community in it. Just the way the vocals are spaced out and the kinds of harmonies there are. It's kind of hitting me. And I love how they're preceding everything with the E over G sharp. I'm loving this. I see you. So that's E over G sharp to A, and then there was a C sharp minor to B to G sharp, E over G sharp. The consistency in that is just great. And then the second part I missed. So that's C sharp to B to E, and then over G sharp. Just community chords, man. These are the kinds of songs that you build when you want everybody to feel good, to feel loved. Right on. Yeah. The other thing that's really making this work is there's an E string on the guitar that you can voice a B chord with, but leave that E string open. And so you get this effect all the time. So it's never quite resolved, but it feels like it belongs. Open string guitars are the greatest tension and release mechanisms, I think, in music. More so than the chords that you play with them. If you can include open strings in your guitar stuff, no matter what chords you're playing, then there's some real magic in that. C sharp minor? Okay. Oh. God, that's so beautiful. And everybody sounds so good on this. Ooh. Those backing vocals, the harmonies are so good. Something about the timbres and just where they're spaced in your ears. Ring. Not real thrilled about the synth choice, but okay. I mean, they're doing or O's, I guess. Almost feels like there's a mandolin in there. Or a banjo, even.
너의 마음이 잠시 쉬어갈 수 있게 따스하게 너를 꼭 안아줄게.
Ended on the 4 chord. Story's not over. You end things on the 4 chord. At least it didn't end on a minor 4 chord. Then I'd have been depressed. Because ending things on a minor 4 chord is always sad. That's kind of hopeful when it's on end on the 4 chord. Major 4 chord. Man, that song got me. That's why I wasn't able to pause and talk about the chords too much, because there's something about those guitars and their voices that just hit a note with me for whatever reason. I may need a second before I rank it. You won't know, but I will. Okay, so I'm starting at the top and working my way down. Drama's going to beat it. Armageddon's going to beat it. Next Level's going to beat it. Girls is going to beat it. I'll Make You Cry is going to beat it. It's not going any lower than that, ladies and gentlemen. ICU is my new number 6 here. That's a really, really good song. For whatever reason, it just hit me on all of the emotional levels. And next time, what are we doing with aespa? Salty and Sweet. Okay. So, those are your Blackpink, aespa, ITZY, and IVE rankings. Thanks so much for joining me this time around. Remember that there were probably lots of songs you saw on these lists that you won't find videos for me ranking here on YouTube. They're on my Patreon. The link is in the description below if you want to check those out. Ranking posts are always free. You do not have to be a paid member to see those. I've got lots of other content that you can, pay me something to see. But not the ranking posts. The ranking posts are always free. Because if I'm ranking something, and I'm doing it so that everybody can see how I'm coming to the rankings, what's the point of having posts where you can't see me actually doing the ranking? So it's really just a matter of whether it's a YouTube matter or not, usually. And so that's why those extra posts end up on Patreon. But that's also why those posts are free. So hopefully you will join me for those. If you liked this video, or if you like any of these groups, you might consider hitting like or subscribe. And we will see you next time. Take care.